What conversations, topics, or objections can we work on today to help your life be better and supercharge you for this new month, this new year, and the new opportunity ahead of you? Don't be shy.
Well,
What's
Dan, you know how we were talking about how some people maybe got in a house the last couple of years that wasn't perfect,
right?
and they might be looking to make a move already. And so I did have one of those, like I told you yesterday, pop up, but I don't know that I can do better for her. She doesn't understand, like, the interest rates have gone up and she already has a really kind of good deal where she is. And I hate to obviously talk someone out of selling their house and buying another one, but I also want to do what's best for them. So I'd throw that scenario out there.
Do anyone else think you're going to come into that? Yeah, absolutely. People did a lot of dumb stuff in the last couple of years because they were so excited about the low interest rates and the fever pitch to go out there and buy something that a lot of people made less than ideal decisions when it came to both the housing need and their budgets. Not everyone bought something above their budget, but some people bought something that was cheap and now they're regretting it, or they're in a location or a part of town they don't like, the drive to work every day they don't like, the rooms, the view, the amenities they don't like. And what happens when you find something you don't like?
They want to move.
Right? You want to move. Who's gone through a
I
closet lately and thrown out clothes you don't wear anymore? Right?
mean, it's the bottom line we're going to have to talk to them about. If they really want to do this, it's going to cost them a little bit more. But if they want to do that to get what they really want, is it worth it? Is that kind of what the bottom line is? I don't know.
Here's the bottom line, Mara. Tell me about a time in your life you paid more for something than it was worth because you liked it. Tell me about a time where you went above budget to satisfy a need. Guys, we're not selling things. It's not a price. It's an expense towards solving a problem. That's where we can really change the dynamic, is we don't think about price as something buying. You're not buying a house. It's not a consumer good. You don't use up the house and get a new one. It's not disposable. A house is a solution, just like surgery, right? Jacob had knee surgery. Something was wrong in his knee and they had to fix it. Was it cheap? No. But would life have been exponentially harder had you not fixed it? Right? And he's shaking his head if you guys can't see him, those ones that are driving. But that's because it was a solution to a problem. Housing is a solution to a problem. No one just wakes up and says, you know what, I want a new house because I don't like the color of this one. It's not like a Coach purse. You can't just go to the outlet store and get a new one. So the thought process around consumerism doesn't work, where people are like, oh no, they just bought it last year, they're not going to want to change. No. What if they bought it last year and they've hated it for 365 days? If you hate something every day for 365 days, at the end of that time frame, you don't care what it's worth. You don't care what you're going to get out of it. You just want to get out of it. Lisa Sullivan was telling us a story about how her daughter bought a house in a neighborhood, and the next door neighbor was the quintessential definition of a terrible neighbor. We're talking like harassment, threatening, loud noises, you name it, he did it. They bought their house and then 3 months later said, we want to sell this house and get out of here. 3 months. Lost a boatload of money in 3 months to get away from somebody. Now, what is the only way you're going to be able to find out who in your database is in that situation?
Talk to them.
Right? Is anyone going to raise their hand on Facebook and say, I hate my neighbor, help me sell my house? No.
Why not?
You're going to see progressively more aggressive posts. Maybe you'll actually see people less active in social media when they're living in a situation that they don't like.
Just
They
maybe
go in
that's an
survival mode.
opportunity though, Dan. You know how people get on Nextdoor all the time and complain about their neighbors, like the dog is
Yes.
barking all night. I'm like, oh, I could reach out to those people and say, hey, you want to move? I never
Yeah.
thought of that till you said that. Okay,
Right?
I would not do that, but some of you might.
That's a good one.
Because you can private message them and say, hey, would you like a new neighbor?
That's a good one.
Here's your tagline. Want a new
Right.
neighbor? Question mark. I can help. So hate your neighbors? I can help. New year, new neighbor? Question mark. These are all things that you can do to create conversation. But yeah, I don't use Nextdoor not all that much, but Mara is absolutely correct. People do go in there and gripe about their neighbors barking and dogs this and loud cars that and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, direct message them. Strike up a conversation. Hey, how bad do you want to move? I think that's a really good opportunity for you to start having conversations with people. Is January reinvigorates people's desire to make a move. That's why we see so many listings pop up on the market, is everyone was waiting from the holiday season to do something. Now the holidays are over. Get out of your holiday funk, shake it off, throw the wreath away, right? Clean your house, get reset for the new year and get back to work. You are missing the tide. There are consumers out there that want to buy a house. There are people out there that don't know they want to buy a house. And
Or they
here's
don't
where we
know
start.
how. I just had one, sorry. I just had one of like, I've known her for years and she's like, Claudia, she goes, I don't know how to fix my credit. I don't know how to do this. So I was like, okay, here, contact this person. She's a loan officer. She'll do with her. Once you're ready, I'll help you. Because they don't know how to work on their credit.
Lenders do.
That's why I was like, I shifted to the lender. I was like, talk to her. Then come back to me when you're ready to buy a house. I'll be here. And I send her my app.
There you go. This is the time you need to strike up conversations with people. And it could just be random conversations. Hit them up on social media. Send them a thank you card. Send them a happy birthday message. This is the time you get to spend creating relationships. And people will remember that, right? Even if you've never talked to them about housing before, now's a good time to bring it up. You can even use these calls. Ring, ring. Hey, friend, how are you? Good. You know what? Actually, this morning on our coaching call, we had a conversation around people that hated their houses and were selling things just because they got out of it. It's crazy. And just like kind of drop a pearl and you will bait some people into saying, you know what? Yeah, we actually hate our house. Conversational jujitsu is important to know, right? You got to be able to dance. And how do you start a dance? Is you ask a partner to dance and then you go out there and you figure it out. We get so confused in how to start a conversation that we just never do. This is the opportunity that most realtors don't have. And that's to have someone in their corner saying, go talk to people, go celebrate people's lives and find out about them. You don't have this in every environment where agents will help each other out in conversations, will help each other out with scripts and role playing, will help each other out with situational awareness. Use it. Practice your skill sets. Challenge for today is talk to the 10 people, 10 phone calls. Oh my God, 10, Dan, that's a lot. Too bad, do it. Talk to the 10 people today that you haven't talked to in a while. Strike up a conversation. Hey, you were on my heart. It was important for me to connect with you. How you been? How's life? What's going new? This is the season for care calls, just like it was when COVID happened. So that's enough of my rant. I want to hear a Ford call. Who wants to do one? Raise your hand if you know what a Ford call is. Mara, would you please call me the Ford call?
Oh, did I hear ring, ring?
Oh, hello.
Hey, Dan, it's Mara with Keller Williams. How are you doing?
Hey, Mara. I'm sorry, remind me who you are?
Mara Bricker with Keller Williams Realty. We know each other from, where do we know each other from? From school. We were in the same.
Oh, Mara B, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
And how's your family?
You know, it's been a fun vacation period. I'm glad that they're all back in school though.
Oh yeah, what'd you guys do over the vacation?
Went to Disney.
Oh my.
Oh
How
yeah.
was it?
It was packed. Too many
It
people.
was packed. And you went over New Year's?
Yeah, never
Oh,
do
yeah.
that again.
Yeah. You don't want to go at that time of year, but it was fun anyway, right?
Yeah,
Well, good. All right. Well, at least you got a little break from work.
a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's nice.
how's your work going?
Things are well. Things are going well. I
Well,
mean,
good. Any
it's
new
starting to get busier
projects?
again. So no,
Oh,
no new projects lately.
New Year busy for you?
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully we see an uptick too. Well, and any other fun you guys have planned for the year?
So we're going on a cruise sometime soon. We just don't know when. We're gonna
Oh, wow.
take a Disney cruise.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like the most fun.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Is it gonna be, is it the one like in the Caribbean?
No, I don't really know. The wife's figuring it all out, so
Oh, that's nice. You just get to show up. That's the best way.
I love it.
Or show up and pay.
Yep.
She
Open
can
pay.
plan. She can plan. Well, anything else cool going on for the year?
No, how about you?
Well, our daughter's getting married in the spring, so that's our big news. So
That's
that's
exciting.
fun. And of course, work can be a little more challenging right now. I don't know if you remember, I am in real estate, and it's been still a good time though for working with people. You know how I love to help folks. So hope you just keep that in mind.
I do. I appreciate that, Mara.
Well, with your bigger family, have you guys thought about moving?
No, I mean the house seems to be fine for now. I mean, we got the space we want. We just moved in last year, so
Well, excellent. Well, I just love to keep in touch with folks. You let me know if I can help with anything. You know, I have a lot of good vendors. If your house ever needs work, you let me know. I can recommend somebody good to help out.
oh, that'd be great. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Well, it's good to catch up, and I hope you have a wonderful year. And I'd love to hear about that cruise.
Yes, ma'am, I will. I'll let you know.
All right, you take care, Dan.
Thanks, Mara.
Bye.
Layering in real estate versus hammering it in. So the concept is called a Ford sandwich, and Mara kind of put a sandwich there towards the end, but it's the questions you're asking about family. How's your family? How are things going with your family? Right. The F, and then something about real estate. Yeah, my family's been crazy. It's been nice to be, have my own real estate business so I can stay home with them over the holidays. Layer. Occupation, right? How are things going for you at work, right? That's fantastic. And they ask you, how are things for you at work? Well, it's been super busy lately. All the referral business I'm getting from clients like you. What are you guys doing to stay busy? Get back into the R, right? What are you doing for activities? What kind of hobbies are you got going on, right? What new passions have you found? Any kind of question to excite them to talk about what they do in life, because we want to know about people, right? Oh yeah, one of the agents in my office does that, and it seems really exciting or something, right? Creating another layer. You're creating real estate and conversation. And last one's the dreams. What's goals? What are you guys doing for the year? What's your next big trip or next big holiday? What are you going to do, right? All these opportunities to have conversation. And then you can layer at the end. If they don't strike up any kind of depth in a real estate conversation, it's not the time to dig then. Leave them with, like Mara said, hey, I don't know if you remember, I was in real estate. So if you ever need a vendor or some kind of resource, I've got a great group of people that support me. So if you ever need anything on the house or any work done, let me know first so I can get you set up and save you some money. Or, you know what, Mara, if you ever need anything, and it doesn't have to be real estate related, I hope you let me know so I can help. I love that line because you kind of throw the real estate in there too. It doesn't have to be real estate related. I hope I can help, because you're creating a relationship, and then you call them back in 6 to 8 weeks again, and you're checking on them, and people realize you're calling to check on them and you love on them. They're going to start sending you business. A lot of agents make the mistake of thinking that if I make one phone call, that's enough. No.
I think I found that even if people know you're doing it for business, they sort of respect that because you're sticking with it and you're being consistent and you're still reaching out to them, which shows an effort and a professionalism. So I know a lot of times we think we're bothering them, like, ooh, I just talked to them last quarter, but you got to make yourself again.
Take it down. I was at Disneyland and I got on the monorail. This is the first day at the park. On the way to the park, I'm on the monorail. My entire family is taking up one entire monorail bay. And then all of a sudden, this couple comes and sits next to me, and we strike up a conversation. Well, I'm not looking at him because I'm taking care of my daughter. She's off to my side. I'm just like glancing back at him and talking, and I haven't quite realized. And we're like, hey, he's like, where are you guys from? I was all, we're from Arizona. He's all, oh yeah, we're from Arizona. I was like, what part? He goes, Tucson. I was like, no shit, I'm from Tucson. And that's when I turned and looked over. I went to high school with the kid. He goes, Big Dan? I was like, what's up, Chris? And we were talking, and we haven't talked since senior year. I don't have his contact information. We aren't friends on social media, but he knew I was in real estate because somebody somewhere told him about me. And he was, oh yeah, I've been meaning to give you a call. We're in Fort Collins, Colorado right now, and we're thinking about moving back to Tucson. But that was the thing, is it's the relationship, because somebody in his world has a relationship with me enough to remind him of me. And I haven't talked to him in what, 18 years? Yeah, but he did. He said, connect with me on social media. But it was the most strange thing. It was just the conversation came out of nowhere. I haven't talked to the kid in nearly 20 years. And he's got a full head of gray hair. He looks awesome. And I'm bald as shit. So it's like, okay, but he still remembered who I was. He goes, you're in real estate, right? Yeah. He's like, well, we need to talk. But because the relationship I have with people connects that to you. So that's why I want you guys to really focus on, you don't just call to ask for business. You're calling to anchor a relationship, because you may never do business with the person you're talking to, ever. And that's okay, because they might send you 50 deals over the lifetime. You may never once show that person a house, but they may tell everybody at their nursing station about you. You may never list the house of the person you're talking to because their cousin's a realtor, but they refer everybody they know to you because their cousin sucks. It happens, but it only happens when you have a strong relationship with someone. So when you're doing your forward practices, don't just go straight into it. If I can make this a very, narked analogy, you're jumping straight to dessert and you're forgetting about the appetizer and the main course. You're missing the substance that creates the relationship, right? So family, occupation, recreation, dreams, right? And if you don't know how to ask questions about those, this is the time you take every day. This is your challenge. Every day, write 10 questions about family.
What was that? Family, occupation?
What do you think the R is? I've said it 7 times. R for?
Realtor?
Okay, no. Recreation.
Recreate.
Because the 4 pillars of rapport, people's family, they want to talk about their family. Occupation, right? We spend more time at work than we do at home, don't we? Most of us. Recreation, it's the stuff that we do that fills in the time that we're not with our family, we're not with our work. Right? The 3 time elements of someone's life. And then lastly, dreams. When you know someone's passion, do you know them? When you know what somebody wants to do in life, do you know them? If you know someone wants to get married and have kids, well, there might be a real estate conversation down the line somewhere. Or if someone is married with kids and they can't wait to get those little bastards out of the house. If someone's talking about their teenager that just started high school, when do you think the next real estate conversation should be? Right?
Once they graduate?
Yeah, about 4 years later. Do you know most parents make a big decision right after high school? Hell, mine got divorced. They waited for me to graduate and then did the dirty. They got separated. They waited until I was done with school. You want to know something? If the agent that sold my parents their house had stayed in contact, he could have gotten $1 million sale. My dad sold the house he bought for $265,000 for $775,000. And the agent that sold it, nobody knew. It was just somebody he Googled. And the agent that sold us the house, all he had to do is stay in contact loosely. Because when he called to congratulate my dad on selling the house, my dad's like, oh, I didn't know you're still in the business. It is not hard to win over people because there are lazy agents out there. They just want the deal. They don't want the relationship. If you're an introvert, it's going to be tough for you to want people to know who you are. I get it. Jess is like that. She would rather be invisible in a crowd. I love when people come up and say hi to me because they know me. Because it lets me know that I have a relationship with someone out there. Now think about this. I'm gonna leave you on this thought. We're going a little late. When else in your life has something happened to your benefit because of the relationship you had with that person? Was this an upgrade on a flight? Was this a better table at a restaurant? Was this a free appetizer? Was this anything? And remember that the relationship matters. People love to help each other out when they know each other. So go know more people. And I know you can do it. Jacob, I hope you start feeling better, man. Get some zinc and vitamin C in you. All right, my friends, thank you so much for listening to me rant this morning. Remember, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Layer the conversation. Don't go straight to the dessert. Until then, big high fives from up top.